Hi, I'm Tony Van Veen, CEO of Discmakers. Okay, this is it, the last video, number 6 in my series exploring the pros and cons of being signed to a label versus remaining independent. If you missed any of the previous videos, there's a link in the video description below this window. Please start there. Today, I want to address 2 final and critical questions. Number 1, who and what is a label looking for when signing an artist? And number 2, how do you set yourself up just right to maximize your chances of being approached by a label? You know, I get emails or messages from time to time from artists who tell me something along the lines of, okay, my music's ready, I'm ready to be on a label. How do I do that? And the unfortunate truth is that for as long as there has been a music industry, your odds of getting signed to a label just by submitting a demo are infinitesimally small. No, what you need to do is to position yourself so that the label will come to you. The real question is, how on earth do you do that? Well, let's start by asking the question of who and what a record label is looking for. And it may not sound romantic or artistic or creative, but since a label is first and foremost a business that needs to make a profit, every label is first and foremost looking to sign an artist who they think can sell and stream enough music to make them a profit. And if you have the right label, which is focused on your development as an artist, they may not even need to make a profit right off the bat on the first album, but they certainly will need to make a profit off your music during the term of your contract. So what makes a label think that signing you will make them a profit? Well, here are the 5 traits that a label looks for. Number 1 is accomplishment. You see, for starters, the label is looking at what you've already done as an artist and what you have accomplished. How many recordings have you released? How many social media followers do you have? Do you have an active mailing list? How big is it? How many people do you draw to your live performances? How many streams have you racked up? What about YouTube views? How many YouTube subscribers do you have? Basically, if you're already successful as an independent artist, they will want you. And if you've been toiling alone in the studio, if you haven't performed, and if you just hope that they'll love your great demo, your chances of getting signed are pretty much 0. You see, the old music industry dream of record a great demo, submit it, and get signed was exactly that. It was a dream. It never really existed. Today, every artist has to first prove that they can create magic on their own, that they can build their own fan base. And only then, when you can prove it with your stats, will the label be interested in you. Number 2 is momentum. You see, beyond just accomplishment, a label today is looking for artists who have positive forward momentum. It's not just how big your fan base is, but how fast it's growing. If you're a band that has a lot of buzz surrounding you, labels will want to get in on the act. Which is why for many artists, it takes several singles and albums to finally get signed. Each subsequent release should drive more streams and more sales than the previous and build upon the success of the one before it to show that you have positive momentum. Trait number 3 is talent. Now, of course, talent is a given, right? You gotta be talented. But the label needs to like your music, and they need to think that you've got the goods as an artist. And of course, as we all know, taste is subjective. So one A&R rep may not think you've got talent, while another may think you're just perfect. Trait number 4 is fit, because beyond just talent, the label needs to know that you fit in with their existing roster and with their goals. That includes not only the genre of music that you play, but also to touch on a sensitive topic, things like your age. I mean, there are lots of older artists who still dream of getting signed. And while that's by no means impossible, it does greatly depend on your style of music. I mean, if you're hoping for pop stardom or hip hop or EDM or any of the big mainstream genres that appeal to young audiences, and if you're past your mid-20s, your odds of getting signed, unfortunately, are just about zero. Now, I realize that you may not like hearing this, but I won't help you by blowing smoke up your butt. Now, there certainly are some niche genres where age is less of a factor. Blues, jazz, maybe some world rhythms, few other genres. But for traditional mainstream pop, fair or not, youth is the name of the game. And trait number 5 is hustle. Now, all the talent and fit in the world aren't worth a bucket of warm spit if you're not prepared to hustle, to work hard. Whether you're independent or on a label, you are the one who stands to benefit most from your success. So you have to work for it. You have to be prepared to work for it. Can a potential label see the hustle you've got from your accomplishments so far? Can they see the work that you've put in? Have you networked extensively in the industry? Or are you actively engaging with your fans on your socials? Are the streets papered with your flyers whenever you're performing? Do you send out regular email updates to your fan list? Those things all make a difference, not just to a label, but to your success and to your growth. Okay, so those are the 5 main traits a label looks for when signing an artist. But there is a 6th factor that can come into play as a sort of wild card. Do you have a special or unique angle that helps get you noticed? What do I mean? Well, like Kiss had their makeup, or Gwar had their cartoon-like Armageddon outfits. Anything a little different, a little special that makes people notice you just a little more. You know, a look, an unusual sound, a compelling story that you can tell, an unusual background, anything like that can help drive label interest just a little more, assuming first that you have the accomplishment, the momentum, the talent, the fit, and the hustle. So let's take a step back. What does this all mean for you? When are you actually ready to be signed? Well, there's clearly no one single formula, but generally, you need to be an artist who has several releases out, with an established and growing fan base, with good chops, talent for performing and ideally for composing, with a track record of performing and drawing fans into your concerts, and with an established marketing and social media presence. Does that mean that if you don't have all of these things, you're unsignable? No, of course not. We see lightning strike from time to time with an unknown singer getting a big record deal. But the best, most reliable path to a label contract is to start doing your own music as an indie artist. To market your music, to build that fan base, to grow those streams, and eventually, you're likely to get discovered. Of course, at that point, once you're a successful, established, independent artist with your own fan base that you're already fully monetizing, does it even make sense to sign to a label and give up as much as 90% of your royalties to someone else? I'll leave that one for you to ponder. Thank you for following this series, comparing a label contract to being independent. I hope you found it worthwhile, and I look forward to seeing you next time.